Hello, everybody. Welcome to the special Friday episode of Rustics Daily Art. And today, we're just going to continue on with our current splash. However, it's 11:30 p.m. and it's going to be quite the time. We'll get started here in a few minutes. Alright, so we got the base colors for our character down in the last episode. However, I was given a really good idea. I'm just gonna take a quick moment to bring all of these into this group here. There we go. I'm just gonna lock that group. Welcome, Southern Squeeze. We've missed you on the stream for a couple of days, but we're glad to have you back. Oh, and I didn't realize my fan was still on. I'm turning it off. I was trying to just get some nice airflow in my room earlier. I'm gonna turn my fan off. I'm glad that was pointed out to me. So we're gonna do some background today, and I started with this like rough idea for like a city street background, like some buildings and stuff. However, I was given a really good and really interesting idea by my roommate yesterday to have the character in question cutting down a cyborg or like a robot in like this futuristic scene. And I think I'm gonna roll with that because it's a good idea. So kudos to him. And I'm just gonna bring this up. And I'm gonna call this group character. That way I can edit and manipulate it if I need to. I'm just gonna, yeah. So, gonna get started. Have a new layer open. I'm just gonna bring this layer above because this is gonna be the layer. I didn't. Whoops. There we go. So, I'm gonna just start sketching in really roughly some ideas for the background. So it's gonna be like some futuristic buildings. I might actually grab some reference for futuristic buildings. Just so I don't dawdle, I'm just gonna do it on my second monitor. So I've said it once, and I'll say it multiple times. References, always helpful. Even when you think you don't need them, they're always a good idea to have. No matter what form of art you're doing. Anything from drawing, to 3D modeling, to animating, sculpting out of clay. All of these reference images aren't that great. But I'll bring a few in either way. just to give me some kind of like visual muse. So I'm just gonna gather some of these up. Should be letting me paste. There we go, paste. Most people would like edit out the gathering of reference, or well, I can't really edit on live, but like I find it good because I'm like in the process of finding reference. I'm just talking about like how important it is. This is a decent reference. Probably just grab these two so I can get like a general shape language going. This is really big. I'm gonna size it down. Or I like to call it small in it. There we go. And maybe this could be, instead of like on a street for the city, I'm gonna merge these layers and call it ref. I'm just gonna call it ref for short for references. I'm gonna lock it just to save some memory. Anyway, now we're ready to begin. I'm thinking about doing it on like a rooftop of a building and have like some other buildings in the background. So I'm just gonna start sketching in the background based on what I'm like visualizing in my head. And I'm just gonna start drawing in. Remember, it doesn't really have to be perfect. It just has to convey what the final thing will look like in the end. Maybe we'll have like a square building off to the side here. Yeah, this will probably be pretty good. Him like on the roof of a building, and there's like other buildings in the background. Ooh, I got an idea. Maybe we could have like on one of these round buildings, we'd have like a screen and it says like wanted, and it could have his face on it. I don't know though. I don't know. Hide this layer so I can have my kind of canvas back, and I'm just gonna draw in another cylindrical building. And then in the very back we'll have some more tall buildings. And we'll change that. We'll probably go through some multiple changes as we go along. And I'm just gonna start scribbling in a robot real quick. Like a robot that's been cut down. Like a battle drone that's been And to do that, I'm just going to remove the character real quick. And I'm just going to try to visualize how I think this robot will look after being cut down. I'm just gonna thinking about having like our character who I think I'm gonna dub. Thinking of names all day actually for the character, and I think I want to name him. It's probably something like Neon, like actually like Neon, like Noen. No, Neon. Sorry about that. And thinking of having him but yeah, I think the character in question, Neon, is the one I'm going to call him now. It's going to have like sliced him down like the shoulder, right, like where the collar bone would be, and like sliced down, like separating his shoulder from the rest of him. So like I'm just drawing in how I think that would look. So just a couple announcements while I'm here. And before we get too in depth into this, I moved my late night stream starts from 10 to 11, just so to avoid any conflicting events. I typically am like doing stuff at 10, so I don't want to like mess with the schedule or mess with my real life schedule. We started at 11:30 tonight just because I realized that I hadn't eaten today, and I wanted to eat before I went on stream, so I wasn't like too distracted by how hungry I was. But yeah, I'm thinking about moving. I'm also thinking about like shortening how long streams are, just to save my computer from like any crashes, as the last few episodes have caused some technical errors. So I'm thinking, starting with tonight's episode, I might go back to what I was and just do like hour-and-a-half episodes, just so my computer doesn't like blow up because this computer is my life. I do a lot of stuff with it. I play games with it. I draw with it. Talk to people with it. This is gonna look a little weird. I'll fill that in after, I think. And start drawing a head. I'm just trial and erroring. This might not even be the robot that lasts until the end. I'm just gonna hide every layer just so I can focus completely 100% on creating this robot. But I was gonna say drawing. Not every idea has to work. Not every idea has to look good. I think it's been said by like almost every artist ever, but every artist has a bad drawing. Every artist has a bad piece that they don't like, but they just never post it. So you only ever see an artist's perfect work. But with something like this, you're going to see every like little weird thing that I do, and that doesn't look completely 100% great. But just keep working towards it, because in the end you'll find something that works. Don't get discouraged. Even if you think it looks bad, it might in the end turn out looking nice. Maybe I'm just gonna give the robot 3 fingers. I don't know why. Honestly, it just says finger drawing time. And now I can do some quick details. So we'll draw like some wires being cut, some metal debris being torn. Well, maybe add some sparks and stuff. Over here, we will add some futuristic looking computer things. Interesting machinery looking stuff. Some quick wires being ripped up. Gonna make this wire here look a little more dramatic. Just playing around. Not really doing it too serious. Not quite yet. And I think I might bring him up just a bit, just so I can draw some more down here. So far, so good, I feel. I think this is okay. I'm gonna bring this out a bit. I didn't really take time to do like any preliminaries of this robot. I'm just kind of winging it. Most of the time I would like do preliminaries. They are useful. But I just kind of wanted to see what it would look like if I winged it. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. So we're gonna bring back all of our layers. I'm gonna turn off my colors for my character. Just so I can see how this looks composition wise. Well, I guess the colors wouldn't be okay. I'll just darken up the robot line art. Control U to change our hue and saturation. There we go. Darken it up. I'm going to use darker to draw in some more fragments and pieces. Yeah, that looks okay. I'm not gonna like get too in depth in the details right now. Yeah, now time to focus on some background stuff. I'll add the character in just so I can know where my boundaries are for details. Move down to layer 1. We're gonna call this our background. And I feel comfortable deleting this background. I'm gonna unlock it and delete that. There we go. So we're gonna go up here. We're gonna go up to our background layer. I'm gonna Control J it just so I don't like mix anything up or like make any mistakes I don't want. I don't want to ruin my background that I just got done sketching in quick. I guess it doesn't matter if I like draw too far out of the lines, too far, because it is on the layer below the character. Drawing square windows is hard, and it's really boring and generic. I don't think I want to do that. I think I might do something else. So I'm going to Control J again. See, Control J saves your lives. And boom. I'm also thinking about if I want to get like a set upload time for these to go on YouTube, or just put them up after streams. I'm gonna keep putting them up after streams for now until I get my final decision. So expect this up tonight after the stream's done on YouTube. YouTube is in the panels below my stream, and it's in the video descriptions too of my archives. So what I'm doing here is I'm just doing like stripe windows like all the way around. Maybe I might even make like them balconies. It looks muddy. I must have to erase it. I do remember I did lower the amount of undos I could do to save my computer's RAM chips. I don't understand why I'm actually like having lag issues with like RAM and stuff on here when I have 12 gigs. Maybe it's my processor or something and not the RAM. However, my task manager tells me it's the RAM and not the CPU. I do know that Photoshop is like famous for being like a RAM, something a software that like swallows up a lot of RAM. Most art softwares do because they have to generate images. I'm also considering lowering resolution to like 200 dpi. It's a learning process. Streaming, doing art on stream. It's a lot different than playing games on stream. And I think this one over here, as well as, I'm just gonna quickly sketch in some windows on this back one here. And maybe fill in another one. Like that. This one here. Oh no. That's actually looking not too bad. The city background. I'm just taking a quick moment to look at it and see what I want to do next. I think, well, I like another robot in the background. Bring it up a bit. Making sound effects. I tend to make like noises when I'm being idle or like not speaking. But yeah, I'm just taking a moment to think a little more. That's really rough, and we can like refine it later. Fill out some shapes more. But that's not a bad looking robot. That means I can just remove background that muddies the robot. Yeah, this is gonna be a good background. Whoops, wrong layer. And try dividing the windows into nice and even squares so they look more like windows instead of just like stripes. I honestly doubt we'll get the color for the background here, and I might like do it in complete like opposite like 360 and like redo the colors on the character just to fit like a dark night scene. This is a little more serious of like a painting than the Candy Crusher was. Maybe the round ones don't need all of those like dividers between them. Perhaps we can be a little more sparse with our windows. Actually, instead of making them thin windows, we can make them like really large and broad windows on this one. Southern Squeeze, if you're still there, what do you think of the background for this so far? I see you were lurking in the chat earlier. Let me bring this up off screen. A bit of an ambitious background, but I think we can do it. And I think the first thing out of these we're going to refine is our robot that's being like cut down. So I'm just going to hide everything. And I'm just going to get right into cleaning up this robot and refining him. Now I'm just going to select the darkest color that I can find on this part and just start filling in and refining and like sculpting out the final line work for this robot. And I'll probably fill in some base colors for him too. This is going to be quite the ambitious painting. And it might take me quite a longer time than the Candy Crusher because I really want this to look good. I want this to do my character justice. My character, which I have dubbed Neon. Yeah. The guy with a sword in a suit. I was gonna call him like something like Jonathan or Xander. Those are some of the other names I considered, but they seem plain. And this is like a futuristic scene. Hold on, just the guy just got an important message. Not for you guys, for me. So I hope everybody's having a lovely Friday, by the way. It's Friday. It's time for the weekend. Time to have some fun. Still considering doing a Saturday stream special. Where I probably won't be working on this at all. I might be doing something different because I want to try drawing inside on stream. I hear Sai is a good drawing software. So yeah, I'm be updating some of the text on my panels to reflect the new times and the new schedule. Well, not really new schedule, but just new times. I'm not gonna do hour longs just to save my computer from like disaster. So instead of going till 8, I'll just go to like 7:30 on my weekdays. We started at 11:30 tonight, so I'll go to like 1, I think. hoping that by next week I'll have something such as the art for my Twitch and YouTube and other social medias done, as well as figuring out how to implement sound. Well, not sound, but like music. I was considering for a second there just going over to my like ink eraser, but I like the softness that the eraser from this leaves behind. Sure, the residue's a little hard to clean up, but it leaves behind a nice soft line, as opposed to the ink brush leaving around like a harder line. So yeah, the first week of streaming has been going pretty well. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Probably gonna keep going at the daily pace I am. I just keep telling people when they ask me how the stream's going that I'm just gonna keep streaming and keep doing this stuff and doing art for you guys until something happens, until something nice happens. Even if it takes me a while. If I give up on it, I'll never know how successful I could have been with it. And that's why I don't like giving up on things, and I don't like watching people give up on things. Because you never know just how far you could have gone with it. You could have been like amazing at, or like super successful with what you did. Even when you like feel super down about something, or like feel like super not confident, keep going. Just keep moving forward. You'll get there, get to where you want eventually. If you keep putting the effort in. I believe that anybody can do anything as long as they're willing to put the time, the effort, and the energy into getting it done. And that doesn't just go for art too. It goes for like every aspect of life. I like giving life advice. You don't have to follow it. I'm not gonna like try to shove my philosophies on life down your throat. It's completely your choice if you want to listen to it or you want to accept it as hogwash. I need to get rid of those pop-up notifications popping up all the time. I'll have to go turn those off after the stream so they don't intrude next time. Finding all these little bits of metal that are flying away. Trying to make them all look like they're unique shapes. I don't want them all looking like the same like rectangular squares. That's not interesting, and I want this to be an interesting piece. It's like a weird pointed rectangle with one of the corners like lifted up. So it was like a polygon in Maya. And one of the vertices was being lifted. I just realized the opacity on my eraser is not at 100%, and that's maybe why it's leaving behind so much residue. Oh, that's a lot better. It's not leaving behind as much residue. These are some interesting shapes, and I'm liking them. Liking them a lot. I'm gonna zoom out, take a look for a sec. Looking good, looking interesting. I did notice something that I do like want to change, and that would be, oh, wrong tool. That would be this. I want to bring this out farther. So Control D, deselect. I'm gonna jump over to refining the head now. I think I've had enough at looking at interesting shapes in it of debris for now. This is gonna make cleaning this up a lot easier now that I have the eraser opacity at 100%. I don't know how I got it back down to 68. Having a bit of a chill Friday. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday and a wonderful everyday. For that fact. I'm just gonna take a stretch break. It is almost at the hour mark. Taking care of yourself and stretching is super important so that you don't get too stiff and too uncomfortable sitting there drawing. And it helps you refresh your mind a bit too. So always take care of yourself. If you need a break, take a break. Grab a drink of water. Grab a bite to eat, have a snack. If you need a rest, have a nap or sleep. Sleep is always good. Cause sometimes I feel when I'm getting really tunnel visioned on a piece, anything, I just take a bit to sit and do something else, have a break. Have or I'll even leave for the night and I'll go to bed and just sleep, and then I'll come back to it in the morning. I'll see whatever I was frustrated with will be completely clear to me now. This is a really muddy area here. I'm just gonna really in depth with the pixels right now. Sometimes you gotta be though. Oh, whoops, I pressed the wrong button. It happens. Mistakes. Good old Control Z. Currently 12:26 on a wonderful, I guess it'd be Saturday now, on a wonderful Saturday. Just taking another look at this. One of the things I like the most about digital art is just the fact that I can hide everything else in a piece and just focus on one thing. Thanks to the layers. So I'm thinking that not every piece is going to be this technique. That would be a bit boring. I've been thinking about that. I spent a lot of time thinking and like putting time into thinking about this whole thing. I wanted this to become like a serious thing that I do. So I've been putting a lot of time and thought into it. And I think I might do some like interesting cell shading stuff soon. I might do some of that in Psy. And I'm definitely going to take some time to learn better techniques for painting and all that jazz. I was going to say something there, but I completely don't remember what I was going to say. Good old brain fart. Nice. This is looking good. Yeah, that's looking good. I'm gonna take a look at it with the rest of the stuff. I think I'm going to take a second and just like darken the background a bit. There we go. And give it more flavor while I'm trying to figure it out. Clean up the lines. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Being a bit quiet tonight. It's a chill late night stream. Not tired, but I'm feeling it. Southern Squeeze, you're playing Skyrim. Are you playing that good old modded Skyrim, or are you playing just both vanilla? Nice, just vanilla. I can appreciate vanilla Skyrim. But I gotta say, once you play mods, you have a hard time going back. Speaking... That's hilarious, actually. A stealth sniper Khajiit with heavy armor. That's enchanted. I'm gonna keep that in mind. I wanna try to draw that, something like that. If you don't mind me taking that idea. That's an hilarious character. Heavy armor, super stealthy sniper. And it's 400 damage? That's hilarious. Just removing this. And 120% archery bonus. That's hilarious. That's great. Alright, I'll take a look at the weapons that you're gonna show me. Oh, I just dropped my cellular device. It is currently 12:38 a.m. on what would be now be a Saturday. Making sound. Just my passive is just making noise. Passive irritating. Oh, it always feels nice that I can get a line to look good in one swipe. And I just did that. It's like wrapping a verse perfectly in one try. To me. So you haven't noticed, sometimes I had to like Control Z my lines, or I had to like resculpt them. Because I'm not satisfied with them. That could be the tunnel vision, but that also could be... It also just could be me being too picky. Or it could be me trying to get the most out of something. But sometimes, like I said, if you're really strapped for time, you gotta just suck it up and roll with the punches sometimes. I'm gonna go over to this arm here now. I think I want to work around with that. Maybe take a bit of time to figure out how the hand will connect to the wrist. Probably just like with a ball joint or something. I think I want to bring this out more. Yeah. Bring it out like that. I'm just gonna do my best to lasso tool these fingers. And this thumb here so that I can move them over. It's like a puzzle, just piecing it together to make it look better. Good old lasso tool. I think if I do the Saturday, no, I might even do like a Sunday special stream just because I want my Saturday to be like my day to relax. My Sunday special stream, I might draw a particular meme that's becoming quite popular and I find really hilarious. And that would be the Ugandan Knuckles tribe. I find that meme to be the best meme of the year so far. Best meme 2018. I've spent way too much time in VR chat messing with that meme. Honestly, VR chat wouldn't be good if it wasn't the Ugandan Knuckles. It is a good vintage Southern Squeeze. I'm just taking a stretch break. Gonna stand up and stretch my legs. stretching is important. I say this a lot because it's important for you to know that just because you're an artist doesn't mean you can't take care of yourself. Because if you can't take care of yourself, then your quality of work will probably end up going downhill. And you'll get frustrated. You know what happens when you get frustrated? You'll start to hate what you're doing. And that's never a good thing to do. Don't make yourself lose passion. Take breaks. Save your hobby, your career. Don't let it frustrate you too bad. If you do get frustrated, take a break. I have to answer a message real quick. I am being asked if I am still alive by my roommate. Yeah. That's what I just sent to him. However, we do only have 10 minutes left. Like I said, just to save my computer from burning up from memory usage. Alright. He was just asking me if I was still streaming. Which I am. And I'm having a lot of fun. I need to disable those notifications. I don't want them popping up while I'm streaming. So I'll fix that tonight after this. So yeah, we do have 10 minutes left of the show, so we're just going to finish up probably just this finger. That's too thick. I'm going to bring this off into a point, I think. Actually, yeah, that is about the right length. I think what I think is off about it is it should have another joint. Yeah, this doesn't want to draw for me anymore. So I think we'll just end it from here. So yeah, be streaming at 11 next week on Friday. I started at 11:30 this weekend. This today just because I wanted to eat something. I wasn't fully prepared. However, we will get ourselves completely prepared. I'll get myself completely prepared next Friday. I'm only a week into like full-time streaming. So yeah. This has been a fun night stream. I finally have an idea for a background that I'm gonna commit to, and I think it's gonna look really nice when it's done. If I put the time into it, we will continue this on Monday, at 6 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Follow me on my social medias: Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. I'm gonna start an Instagram this weekend. Follow my YouTube. The links for all those social medias are down below in my panels, and they'll be in the video descriptions. I post things on social media, some other artworks that I do that I don't draw on stream. I post all kinds of stuff on my Twitter, memes, and other things. Yeah, this has been episode 7 of Rustics Daily Art on a good old Friday, November. Why did I say November? On Friday, January 13th, 2018. Oh, it's Friday the 13th. I never even noticed today. Yeah. Well, I guess it's Saturday now. Anyway, it is Saturday, January the 13th. This has been Rustics Daily Art with Bradley Palmer. Have a good night, guys. And I will see you all either Sunday or Monday. I'll announce on my social medias if we'll be streaming on Sunday. Have a good night, guys.